right, this is episode 69, and we are going to talk about why people fall in love with houses, and what do people fall in love with houses, and what are certain houses that people fall in love with. So a lot of love today. Love's going to go all around. And it's true, though. Like, homes are emotional. I'm not tearing up right now, but like, I've had times where, obviously, you know, I've worked with people that have lived in a house for 9 years, and they've told me about memories that they've had in a home. And it is like touching to hear like how our product, right, that we sell, that we help people with, is such an emotional thing. And so obviously I think like personal memories and that sort of thing is a big part of like what makes homes so emotional. It's where you live, it's where you dwell, like it's where you like raise your kids in a lot of cases for a lot of people. But I think that there's certain aspects that make homes emotional appealing too. And when we're going through and looking with buyers, it's like, what's that magic thing that just like makes them go like, I have to have this, right? I have to have this home. What do you guys think some of those things are?
I think some of the key things, like if you love to cook, your kitchen is going to be a huge priority for you. Mm-hmm. If you like to grow your own vegetables and you like gardening,
land,
you're going to want sun exposure, right? So that's going to be important to you. If you hate to shovel, like a north-facing driveway in Denver, it's a real issue.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Those types of things. So it all depends on, you know, if you have kids, backyard, you got a dog, you want a fence, that type of stuff. It varies from buyer to buyer, but being able to rank those priorities and then figure out what you can move around based on what fits your criteria. That's that'll really, you know, it might just be neighborhood. Yeah. Like I work this place and I don't want to cross the freeway because that's a 20-minute drive every day, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So
good point.
When we were looking for our first house, we had 2 kids at that point, and Jay, my wife, was very set on. Dude, come on.
Sorry.
Jay was super set on. Like, it was all about the kids. So what I wanted like didn't really matter, and I agreed with her because like it should be for the kids, but she was like, it has to have a playroom. And it has to have a big backyard for them to go play in. I was like, there's literally nothing else you want? She's like, no, that's all I want. Because that's all, that's what she had as a kid, and that's where she was like safe, as you know, she had a place to play and all that kind of stuff. So for her, the emotional side was like providing a space for her family to do what they love.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it is for a lot of moms, especially. But like everybody ends up getting a vision in their head of what the perfect house is, right? And then when they have something that they see that matches one of those check marks, they're automatically open-minded to that being a possibility for them in the future. So it's all what they create in their head, right?
Like for you to mention, Brock, like it's about what makes you click. Like how do you like to live, right? And then for you is like maybe what your upbringing was, like has a big deal as far as what you want for your kids and what you want to pass on, that sort of thing.
And if you have, I know that's been important to some of my buyers, is they're expecting their first kid, and they understand that when kids have toys, it's really messy. So if that playroom is the living room of the front of the house, that's going to be the first thing everybody sees when they come in.
Yeah.
So being able to like have a separate room with a door you can close and be like, yeah, that's just the kids' mess. So you're not cleaning the kids' mess up over and over again.
True.
It's little things like that.
I think you guys have all kind of gotten that. The psychology of every buyer is different, but I think people do tend to lead with their heart instead of their head. The 2 things that everybody's looking for is, you know, financial security and a good decision as far as that goes. But a lot of people, the biggest thing is their lifestyle. And so according to Vanderbilt University, 84% of home buyers said finding a home in the right neighborhood was more important to them than finding the right home. So somewhere that people feel at home is something that's important. And I think, you know, if you're in your 30s, people are thinking about, hey, I want a more turnkey home. I don't want projects. I just want space for my kids. I have clients in their 20s who are like, hey, I want a house that has some projects that over the years I can work on them and add to them and expand into my house, maybe finish the basement. So the psychology of buyers, I think, changes as people go through phases of life.
Yeah.
But everyone knows what they want kind of in their gut. And surveys show that 70% of home buyers buy their home based off gut feelings.
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
I just showed a home before this, and this family, they're in a beautiful home now, and the husband's really well off. They've got a family of 4 boys, and their dream, because all their boys, they love dirt bikes. They love building and taking apart those dirt bikes. They only have a 3-car garage, so they park a huge Expedition and a huge truck somehow in the first 2 bays, and then the third bay is full of bikes, motorbikes, go-karts, like everything that you could imagine. And so right now, the parents are like, we just want a place where our boys can roam. They just ride. They can just do their thing.
Yeah.
And the mom, she loves her house now, and they've put a lot of money into it. They've made it kind of a really beautiful place. But it's really interesting. When I showed them this house, I was like, there's no way she's gonna sign off on any of this. There's no way. Like, she loves her house. She's put a lot of money into it. It's exactly what she wanted. They just put new floors in, like new cabinets, all this kind of stuff. But we go see this property. It's on 6 acres. It has a pool that's heated. It has this huge like RV barn. It was a 2,900 square foot barn on 6 acres of pretty flat land, rideable terrain with a gully at the end of it.
Wow.
And
Bigger than a lot of houses.
And the house was like, it was a downsize from their house. They're in a 5,500 square foot house going down to like a 3,900 square foot home. And we're walking through the house, and she's really quiet. And we have a conversation after. I'm like, what are your guys' thoughts? She's like, yeah, it's like nice. The property's beautiful. Like the boys, and they had their 2 oldest with them, and the boys are like, oh my gosh, Mom, like this is the best. Oh, this is awesome. This is cool. She's like, well, you'd have to share a bathroom with all your brothers. They're like, yeah, we would totally do that, blah, 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 blah. And they were like all about it. And I was like, it's not going to happen. And then I talked to him today, or after the showing today. And she's like, let's do it. She's like, who am I to be selfish enough to take that from my boys? And I was like, that was enough. That was enough for her to be like, let's do it.
Moms
Let's
are
do
heroes. Put their kids above themselves.
She was
man.
like, it was the most selfless thing I've ever seen. She was
Yeah.
just about to throw away one of her like this beautiful home, not throw it away, but they're moving to a place that she knows her boys are going to grow up into what she wants them to become.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was pure emotion driven.
Yeah.
Because she went into that thing, there's no way we're going to move.
Yeah.
I'm not moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Moms will do a lot for their kids.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And moms and dads actually, typically they cite nesting instincts as one of the main reasons that they want to have a home. And research from Harvard University shows that you're more likely to vote in local politics. You're more likely to stay in the same spot, in the same neighborhood for longer. There's feelings of security, increased self-esteem. So there's a lot of benefits where when you find that right home and you have a place of your own, that there's psychological benefits to that home ownership as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So when you guys are showing homes, what are some of the emotional things that you recognize while you're showing the home? Some of the emotional triggers. I know I've been through some beautiful homes that have the wrong paint, dirty carpet, and they have no staging furniture, so it's just loud and echoey in there. And then I see a home that's even smaller, where these people want a bigger home, a smaller home with it being staged and painted and the right carpet in there. All of a sudden, the emotional appeal is like, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
It has like only one of the 6 options that they wanted, but the emotional appeal of the home is much higher because the sellers put in a little bit more effort.
You nailed it. I think it's paint. Like people love paint and flooring more than they think they love it.
Yep.
Like bar none, that's what creates the most emotional appeal. And then I think it's kitchen, like you mentioned, with appliances and counters, and specifically stainless and quartz right now is like driving emotion.
And the one thing that I've noticed is people cannot envision what this wall would look like with a different color paint on it.
Yeah.
Like if there's a really dark paint on it and it looks like a tunnel when it's really dark inside.
Yeah.
And people can't envision, let's put an alabaster white up on the wall and all of a sudden everything looks better.
Yeah.
It's something so simple. We see it enough where we've seen both sides of it and that type of stuff. I've painted enough walls in my life where I know the before and afters, and I can visualize that, and it's not a big deal for me. But some people just don't have that ability to be that creative and go on to that next step. So as a seller, you want to be able to create that for them ahead of time.
Yeah.
And as a buyer, if you can look past that, you can get a great opportunity on a buy.
Totally. Yeah.
I think a big one is rolling up to the house. Your first impression is the curb appeal, right? So if you have a house that's like repainted, it's like nice, good colors, and it's not some like, seafoam green or pink in this case or whatever. Nice yard, things like that. That's an automatic like, yeah, let's go see what it looks like inside.
Yep.
That's like a great first impression, and that automatically starts your showing off on the right foot.
Yep.
And it puts people in a really good mindset to hopefully see past what you might see inside.
Totally. And there are certain people that just like the emotional appeal of like how it looks from the street as they're pulling into the garage and out of the garage. Like that's something to them that they want to
I call it
be
the
there.
McAllister effect.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the McAllister
Beautiful
house from
Home
Home Alone, it's
Yep.
like, wow.
That's for sale.
I know it is for sale right now.
It's got a basketball court in the basement.
So, yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
everyone's
pretty
thing
nice.
is a little different. You guys both mentioned landscaping. Like, I think there's some cool things you can do. And Jackson, you mentioned like what the kids want, what the kids get excited about. A lot of times is what really drives that emotional appeal because the parents want that for the kids. Whether that's like a drinking fountain in the house or whether that's
A slide to
theater
go
room.
between the letters,
Yeah.
the floors. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
oh,
gonna
totally.
say theater room, like ping pong table room,
Yep.
like just those flex spaces where they know that they can
playrooms.
like have a party down there or just do whatever
Yeah.
they want, or like maybe they've got like a rock wall in their room or something. Like just like
Right.
simple little things like that. Where it's
I mean, you could have the
they
worst
freak out.
house in the world, but you have a zip line in the backyard, and all the
Right.
kids are going to talk about is the
That's-
zip
yeah.
line. The zip line.
In that story that I just told you, it was like the land, the barn, and the pool. The boys were like freaking out. That's
yeah.
all they wanted.
Yeah, underground trampolines.
Yeah.
Or like the built-in.
Yep.
The like turf areas that have like playgrounds,
courts.
stuff like that. Sport
Like
courts.
big deal.
Yeah, hot tubs sometimes. Like those can all be really emotional appeal items if they're not gross. Hot tubs can be
And
good.
if they work,
Yeah.
And if they're actually outside, I found one in a master bedroom once, and it was like, what the heck? It's
master bedroom
weird.
closet.
And it was not
Climbing
just.
nasty.
You're probably saying, oh, it's just like a jacuzzi bath. No, there's a full-on hot tub set into the slab. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Colorado Springs, man.
I've seen an indoor hot tub in a double wide trailer.
Okay, Jackson won that one. That's a good one.
his hat is off.
They knew what they wanted.
Yeah.
That's what made them click.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said my budget, hot tub.
Big thing. It's funny. So on the negative side, on the opposite side of like the happy emotion, have you guys ever walked into a house that just smells terrible?
Yes.
Yes.
Whether it's from food or like lifestyle or cats, dogs, even like
Or they try and mask the scent with something that makes your eyes burn.
like a
Like
Febreze,
spicy.
Or like
or like
air
sage.
freshener.
Yeah.
Like burned something before.
Yeah.
I've been in some, like, I have an allergy to cats that
So do
it's not very common when I'm showing a home that it'll be a problem. But when I'm sneezing and just draining the sinuses, I'm sitting here going, that's a little strong.
When I walk out of the house like this.
Yeah, or Febreze is just like burning your eyes because you can just smell. It's like, what are you trying to cover up? And then it just creates that. Well, if they're not honest about the scent in the home, what else are they
Well,
going
and
to
then
be dishonest
when you
about?
go in, you're like, oh man, this stinks. I just want to get out of here.
Yep.
They're going to just rush through the home. They're not even going to see the potential of it, and then it's done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your emotions is information coming from your body. So if you're smelling something bad, if there's bad lighting in the house, things like that, people may not be able to specifically articulate it and say, oh, that weird smell is really just why I hated that house. But in terms of them feeling like they could live there, feeling at home, just that emotional appeal,
Yeah.
that's definitely going to turn people off to the house, and they're going to say, I don't like that
Totally.
one.
I mean, I've seen hooks for adults too. I mean, I've seen like
100%.
a house that had a urinal in it. I had a buyer that the guy was like, "That's awesome. I want that house." Like the
Or like
urinal
a
house.
drinking fountain.
Or the drinking
Like
fountain
next to their gym. Like they have a little drinking fountain in there. Like
man
okay.
cave, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's like, even like if you affiliate with a sports team, like you see Broncos, like something like memorabilia on the wall, and it's like, oh yeah, I want to.
Or you go in there and you see
house.
Packers on the wall, and you're just like,
But it can even come
If
down.
you're a Minnesota fan.
It can even come down to more of the structural mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
Like I've got dads or guys, whatever, who want when they see new roof on there, or new AC or new furnace, like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim the Toolman Taylor syndrome is what I call
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
McAllister effect, Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Look at that shed.
Your 90s references going real well here.
Yeah. Barns, right? Like, yeah,
You do the
sheds.
shuffle. You do the shuffle truffle. I think you get the trifecta here.
That
do that.
overhead storage is
PG rated.
amazing.
Yeah. Like tall garages.
So I think that appeals to kind of the other side of emotion where we're talking about things that excite buyers and make them happy, but there's also the emotion of anxiety. And especially
yeah.
for first time buyers, if they see something in the house where it's like there's a hole in the drywall from a former repair, if they see something that's just not
Baseboard's not
quite
done.
right,
Yeah.
that
Any type
builds
of
a lot
water
of anxiety,
damage.
and that is a negative emotional appeal thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Goes
I think
both ways.
I think there's hooks for women too. I mean, I've seen like closet organizers, like with a bunch of
Built-ins.
shoe cubby built-ins. I mean,
The cool thing is by seeing that in the house, they see it solves a problem that they have in their current location.
Totally. Yeah.
And I think that's the key. So with the urinal in the house, I'm sure the couple has thought about putting the seat up or seat down.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that just eliminates a lot of that.
A urinal is such a good idea.
Yeah. So,
it goes the other way too. When you have a house where like in the primary bedroom, right, it goes straight into the bathroom without a door. And there's lighting issues with them waking up at different times, or a private toilet area with no door.
Yeah.
Like heaven forbid, that one creates some
That is a big one,
negative
actually.
aura.
the negative a lot of
Carpet in the
things.
bathroom.
It's like an open toilet
yeah.
right next to the shower. You're like,
Yeah, emotions go both ways quickly. So listen,
let's
sellers.
turn around and walk out of the house now. You guys are going to like the master bathroom.
Part of what we
Primary
do,
bathroom, excuse me.
well, when we're walking through a home with a potential person that's looking to sell, right? Like it's so important to catch those like eyesores, right? The things that like buyers are gonna have negative emotions about, so that we can fix that and then build on the things that create that positive emotion.
Because ultimately, and that's like, that may sound to whoever's watching, it may sound more of like a salesman tactic, but it's not. It's in reality, it's like, let's look at what this house is really checking off your list.
If you don't believe us, you'll see it on the feedback.
Because
It'll come.
let me tell you this: unless you customize your home, which even then, 6 months later, you're going to realize that you don't have everything you want. You're going to have to sacrifice something, right? You have to realize that you're probably not 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get every single thing you want in the home. But when you have, I'd say 70% of the check marks checked off, you should really highly consider that house, especially in low inventory markets.
Yep.
So just creates that, whenever you have that emotional creation in positivity, that's kind of your body saying, hey, this is nice. This is a good idea. And following that gut feeling, like it says, right?
Yep.
And I think lifestyle as well, people being able to imagine themselves doing what they do in their normal life at the place. So we had a home where the buyer was like, my best friend lives 6 houses down. And so he's already imagining, hey, me and my buddy are going to be hanging out every day. Convenience to friends and family, according to some research done by NAR, 45% of people list that as one of their top reasons that they're looking at a neighborhood. Yep. So I think, if you're a climber and you have a climbing gym just down the street, if you like to hike and there's hiking trails by the house, people like to be able to see, this is the lifestyle that I like and I could do it here.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, location, it can be emotional. Like the architecture of a home can be emotional, right? Some people are like, I only want like a really cool looking home that's like a Tudor Victorian. Like I want it to be more like have character, not a track, type home.
Yeah. The old craftsmanship that you don't see in a lot of the track homes nowadays. So
Yep. And some people are more individualistic, where they want to be like something different than what the rest of their friends have. Like that sort of thing comes into it too, like your personality type, I think. But you try to, when you're prepping a home for sale, you try to appeal to the masses, right? So some of the tactics we've given you today are appealing to the masses, but obviously you're not going to win every buyer over, but you don't have to. You just need one.
Yeah. Well,
that's
and
it.
that's where, you show a couple hundred homes in a year, and you sit down and interview with a seller. Mm-hmm. You've seen those emotional responses over and over again, and what works, what brings the property at to a 10 on their list versus what's a 1.
Totally.
So, and that's what makes a big difference. So the preparation and the interview for on the sell side. So it really deals with the psychological aspect of it. That's real important.
Yeah. Look at us. Just 4 guys talking about emotions
No,
this whole time.
We
Talking
haven't
about our
cried yet,
feelings.
so that's good.
Nobody's cried, so we made it
no
through.
hugs.
We're good. I'll give you guys a firm handshake when you leave.
All right. Well, hopefully this has helped you understand why home buyers love certain homes and why there's an emotional connection to homes and what are those things that drive that. Maybe it's uncovered some things for you and you're going to be more paying more attention, right, as you're going through.
I do have a little story. So in the home that I recently purchased, the couple bought the home new. They raised all 5 of their kids in the home, and they've been in it for about 20 years. And in that course of time, all the kids have grown up, and they moved on, so they were becoming empty nesters, retiring. And they left a lot of things pretty original from when they bought the home. But one of the things that really stood out to me was between the hallway and the kitchen, there was the mark with all the lines that said, John 2020, and all the kids' heights was all marked off. And it was just a really, there's a lot of history here, and you kind of respect that and appreciate that. So my wife we actually got another board that was on a couple different doorways. So we took a different board and transferred all of those marks from both of those doorways and gave that to them as kind of a thank you, because it was just a beautiful experience. And it was 5 kids, a set of twins, that type of stuff. It was really cool. And it was fun to be able to see that. And you could just feel like, by seeing that, you could see that their kids were very important to them as they were going in the home. So it was, if they didn't really care about what the color of the paint was or what the carpet looked like, it's good. So I want my kids to be happy and have space. So
I'm going to guess that people that do that write on their walls, their kids' heights, stay in their home a lot longer.
yes,
There's got to be some science behind that, because when you start doing stuff like that and marking it up, you plan to be there forever. Like somebody's going to carry you out of that house, sort of thing. We only did that at my grandma's house, and she still owns it. She's owned it for 50 years.
There you go.
That's interesting. Home buying psychology is very interesting.
I will say this to close real fast. It's okay to let the emotions speak to you, but try not to let the emotion come out too much during the transaction process.
Yeah.
The more you do that, the more you get emotional in the process. It makes it a little bit harder for your real estate agent to negotiate on your behalf and to work the process the way that it should be worked. It's okay to have that emotion, when you're looking at homes and things like that. But try to harness it in a little bit when you do go under contract, because it makes it a little bit easier for us to work it for you guys.
Yeah. As you're out there looking, fall in like with homes.
Yeah.
Don't fall in love.
Fall in like.
You can fall in love at closing.
Be ready to just cut that off immediately if you have to.
Totally. All right. Anything else before we wrap it up? Okay. Yeah. Well, hope you enjoyed listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode.